Everything you do on a daily basis is connected. It's either giving you power or draining your power. For instance, if I wake up in the morning and I hit my snooze button, it starts a downward spiral because it throws me out of my normal patterns. From there, depending on how I rebound into my patterns, will depend on the rest of my day. Do I have a good attitude? Do I need a nap? Do I eat like shit? Do I get as much hydration as I'm supposed to? Do I sleep well at night? Do I get the workout quality that I want, right? Everything you do is intertwined together to connect, right? We like to think that each decision or action that we take is its individual action, but they are in a sense. However, each time you make an action, it's almost like a chain being connected. They link together to make and string your day up together, right? So are you building links that are powerful and strong, or are you building links that weaken you and take away from you, right? So let's look at how we start the day. Do you start your day in power with energy and excitement? Do you do the things that start the positive chain linking or the negative chain linking? For me, a positive chain linking effect is me getting out of bed and going straight to the gym and working out. That chain link sets my first link in place. And then every action thereafter links together stronger and stronger. They basically stack on each other. But if I don't do that, and if I don't start that morning right with my normal morning routine, I usually won't have that chain link. And then the rest of the day goes to shit. So on mornings that I work out, first thing in the morning, my day goes almost as planned. Obviously, we have some hiccups as we go through the day because things happen and adjustments need to be changed, so we call audibles. But when I do start them, they're better days. When I don't start in that way, they're negative. They're not as good days, right? So you want to realize that every decision you make will link together. If I ate shitty for lunch, most likely that's going to have a negative impact on me, which will then cause me to probably want to take a nap. That nap will offset the next step, which is probably me having a lackluster energy for the afternoon. That lackluster energy is going to have me coming into any interactions that I have with a bad attitude. That bad attitude is going to carry over to the way I conversate with people, and then I'm going to have negative experiences with people that I normally would have a positive experience. That negative experience will then make me lead into coming home and getting into a fight with my girlfriend, right? And then from there, we don't have as much intimacy or whatever it may be, right? So realize that one action is not one action. One action is your whole day. It's everything. They are all intertwined because one negative action will throw off the whole day. One positive action can put you into the positive and powerful movements forward. But it comes back to you to realize what decisions and actions and choices you are making, and if they are positively moving you forward or building positive links, or negatively moving you forward. But the only way you can do that, well, there's two ways. One is looking at your actions critically, being able to separate yourself from your emotions and feelings for a few moments to be able to look from the outside and say, all right, so for me, I'd say, all right, Jeff, the action you took there equaled A. The action you took here equaled B. Which one is a better action? Well, to me, A would be a better action, or B would be a better action. Then I can come back in with my emotion and then set the triggers into place. But if I don't come out of myself and look objectively, I'm always going to let my emotions dictate my choices. Now, you control your choices. You can't always control your emotions, but you can control your choices and your actions, but you can't control your emotions. So again, we want to be able to look from an objective perspective on our actions. The second thing we need to do is tell the truth, because we oftentimes will try and soften things to make it acceptable, versus realizing that when we soften things, we go into what is considered a mediocre behavior for ourselves. We allow ourselves to go to the lowest level lowest level versions of ourselves, instead of living to our capacity, living to our true potential, and rising to the level we want to be, or want and need to be, to achieve the things that we want. So again, everything is connected. It's all intertwined. One decision will either give you positive momentum or negative momentum. But again, you have to think critically objectively and critically of the situations and the actions that you take. Now, you won't instantly realize all your actions. So you almost have to look at it on a daily basis. But after doing this for a couple days and weeks, you'll start to see patterns. And when patterns arise, again, you kind of take yourself out, and it's almost like looking at a pattern on a stock sheet, right? You can see when they're going to go up, you can see when they're going to go down, you can see predictions almost. And those happen by realizing and seeing these things. So when you start to see them, you can make change, because awareness precedes change. You must be aware of the situation before you can enact a solution to change the situation. So you must be able to see what's going on to then be able to make the critical changes that you need. But by simply realizing that your whole day is interconnected based on every choice and decision linking you into the positive or the negative, will be a game changer for you, because then all you have to do is focus on making a positive decision that leads to new positive decisions. Otherwise, you want to catch yourself and find the negative decisions and triggers that you do take that lead down negative actions. Again, if I eat a shitty meal, that shitty meal has a repercussion that leads to me wanting to take a nap. Me taking a nap leads to me not being as productive, because now I cut out an hour and a half of my workday. When I'm not as productive, I don't get all the stuff that I need to get done completed, which then leads me to being behind, right? So it is always an effect on the action that we take. It's either making us have a positive result and a positive spin on the next action, or it's going to negatively spin the next action, which will then create the snowball effect in either direction. So simply take this with you. Every action is intertwined. You want to make sure that you are catching the negative actions that send you into negative spirals and try and either eliminate them or reduce them. You want to then find yourself the positive actions and dominoes that you can hit and trigger that will then lead to more positive actions and dominoes happening following. From there, you want to be able to step away and think objectively of yourself and look at the actions, the feelings, the emotions, and what you truly want from an objective perspective. And then you can realize what you're doing and if it's in alignment. Then from there, you must tell the truth. And to tell the truth, you must be honest with yourself. Is this what I want? Is it giving me what I want? And am I lying about it? When you're lying about it, you're not telling yourself the truth about the situation. We oftentimes will lie to ourselves about our weight, our bank accounts, our friend circle. We lie about everything. We as humans will try and inflate situations to impress others. But what ends up happening is all we do is lie to ourselves. So we must be truthful. What do we want? Why do we want it? And how can we get it? When we understand those things and we're truthful about them, and we're truthful about where we currently are and the behaviors, patterns, and actions that we take, we can then make the correct changes to them, because again, awareness precedes change. And when you're aware, you can make the change and enact the change that will get you your results. So that's it, guys. Hopefully this is something that you can take away and implement right now, because I know it's a huge game changer when you finally realize that everything is connected. One choice will make a ripple effect into the next choice, and that choice will either be a positive or negative choice based on the first initial choice.